Monday evening, and there's the new tank installed. I actually did not install the new tank. We had one of our other guys stop by and install it, but that looks great. Nice and thick. System is pressured up, system is heating. So the screw, even though I installed it with an impact, which I concede was not a great idea, it did actually do what we needed it to do. Kept the system with enough pressure in it to run through the weekend, and now we're all good to go. It was super interesting seeing all the different suggestions of what you could use to actually plug a leak like that. I had a lot of people recommend toothpicks, golf tees, or shims, like pieces of wood to actually pound into there, reaming the hole out so you could thread in a larger fastener using an actual tap and die. There were several other kinds of anchors that people recommended, like the drywall type anchors, or those, can't remember what they're called, the bolts that go through a hole and then tighten against it. Hose clamps around the entire thing with a piece of rubber, which was actually something I wanted to do originally, but I didn't have enough hose clamps to get all the way around it. And then I think the most common thing was probably Flex Seal. I've never actually used Flex Seal, but it must work really well if you can saw a boat in half and then use Flex Seal, so maybe I need to get some of that on my truck. Rivets was another common one, which I thought was kind of surprising until I thought of the fact that a lot of boats are put together with pretty much exclusively rivets, canoes and stuff. So, yeah, interesting. Nice job, Ben. It looks good.
Yeah, it worked out.
So, is this pretty much the exact same size tank, or is it a little bit smaller?
A little bit longer.
A little bit longer, so we went up a little bit in size.
Same width.
Did you see the screw I put in the other one?
Yeah. It was still, yeah, it was loose.
Was it just dripping a little bit?
No, it actually really wasn't.
Well, that's good.
If you touched it was wet, but
I had that bucket and this piece of tin here to catch the water, but...
Yeah, that was dry.
Okay. It had pretty much run out of pressure.
There was no pressure, though.
Yeah.
But the pipes were still warm down in here.
So it did exactly what it needed to do. So here's the actual tank. Let's cut a little square out of this. I'm curious how thick it is. I know how thick I thought it was, but... This square of material is coming off the top of the tank because that's where it should be the thickest. So as you can see, the tank starts out actually very thick. So you'd think that you could put a self-tapper into material this thick with no problem. But obviously that was not the case where we put the screw through. Now we'll cut out the piece on the bottom of the tank, which is obviously exposed to more corrosion. Wow. That is interesting. So as you can see, the area where the hole is, the metal is like gone. You can see around it, nice meat. But then immediately where that hole is, man, it gets really thin. So let's just carefully clean this up with a wire brush. So here's the sample from the top of the tank. And here's the sample from where we put that screw in. I actually did not remove the screw. My brother removed the screw when they were there replacing the tank. But we're just going to lightly brush this and see how that surface actually looks. This will give us an idea of what kind of material we were trying to get our screw into. So you can see we've got steel that's been eaten away for a large area here. I don't know if this was an imperfection in the steel that eventually got attacked or if it's just corrosion over time. I'm kind of just guessing corrosion over time. But you can see this is actually quite thin where we were putting our screw through. In fact, it looks like I can cut it with my razor blade. And this is what I was suspecting when I was putting that screw in, was that there was just not really any material left there. If you look how thick that is. Yeah, so now you can see the material that the screw is actually trying to bite into was thinner than my razor blade. So the hole definitely would have gotten a lot bigger had I continued trying adding more bolts and stuff. So I'm glad that I stopped when I did, so that we could for sure run the heat over the weekend, because we had very cold weather this weekend here in Minnesota. But I almost could have put like a rubber patch and put screws in on either side of this, but really there's no way to know how far this rotted out material would go. Maybe we should cut it this way once and have a look at that cross section. Alright, so I just cut this piece off of here with the grinder. And so now you can see the cross section of what we were actually trying to put our screw into. And you can see that's where the screw was going into the material. And it was not very thick, so that's kind of what I was suspecting, was that the material was pretty much gone. And you can see that's definitely the case. The material was pretty much completely gone where I put that screw in. That being said, I really should not have used an impact. I should have used a hand tool so that I could feel the screw bite or not bite, and just way less chance of over tightening it. So I appreciate all the different options and suggestions that you guys put down in the comments. It was super interesting reading everything that people had to say. I can't believe how many times Flex Seal came up. Evidently that is the thing to have on your truck. So maybe next time I run into something similar to this, Flex Seal is going to be the thing to try. Something I love about YouTube is you can throw a video out there and have people give you suggestions for how you can do things better. So it's a way to learn outside of just what you would see in your everyday life. So I appreciate all the different comments, suggestions for what you could do to fix that leak in a pinch and get by. And I definitely learned some things. I will link in the description to the video where I actually put the screw into the expansion tank for those of you who are curious and maybe haven't seen it. And hopefully a lot of you guys that did see that video will be able to see this video where I actually show the conclusion of what that tank ended up looking like on the inside. So anyway, hope that you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys later.